Question number 51. A muscle which flexes both hip and knee joints is option A gluteus maximus, option B sartorius, option C rectus femoris, and option D biceps femoris. From the question, we can say that we have to find out a muscle which crosses both hip and knee joint, that is a two joint muscle. So from these options, first we can eliminate option A, that is gluteus maximus, because it is a one joint muscle which covers only the hip joint, and the function of this muscle is hip extension only. But option B, option C and option D, all of these are two joint muscle. Now option C, rectus femoris, is a part of quadriceps femoris, which is also known as knee extensors. Whereas in case of biceps femoris, it is a part of hamstring group of muscles, which is a known knee flexors. So we know what it does with the knee joint, but we don't know what movement it does for the hip joint. So I remember these muscle functions by a simple trick. See, for rectus femoris, it is a knee extensor, so it does exactly the opposite for the hip joint, that is, it is a hip flexor. Now for biceps femoris, as it is a knee flexor, it again does the opposite, that is hip extension. So both option C and option D does not perform the same function for the hip and knee joint. So we are left with option B, that is sartorius. So now let's see the origin, insertion and function of sartorius muscle. So if we see the structure of sartorius, you can see it is a serpentine muscle, or basically bends like a snake. For sartorius, the origin is ASIS, the insertion is tibia, so it crosses both the hip and knee joint, and femoral nerve innervates this muscle. And the function of this muscle for hip joint includes flexion, abduction and external rotation. That is, it favors the hip joint. F for flexion, AB for abduction and ER for external rotation. But in case of knee joint, it also does the same. That is, it helps in knee flexion and assists in knee external rotation movement. So option B, sartorius, both flexes the hip and the knee joint.